Dad Steady here. Update on my ramp truck. So this is the cherry picker here. Works pretty good. So we had to do a lot of cutting and pushing this engine back to make the clearance right for the front of that radiator. Did a really good job on those motor mounts. This mount right here is factory from an earlier Dodge, probably I think first gen. These are Chevy mounts, I think. Yeah, they are. And we used the original cross member, kept all that intact. And of course, this bracket to the block that was fabricated. So block's been trimmed up there to where the starter fits. Just right there, you can see that has to be cut. Running a right nice Power Master starter. I'm gonna run vintage air, so all this ducting will be inside the cab. We're talking, the installer and I were talking about the location of this turbo with my exhaust brake. It's not on there right now. Is going to push it too far that way. We don't want to keep cutting into the cab firewall. So what he's going to do is he's going to make a mount. Well, I should go back first because I was unaware that all the exhaust manifolds aftermarket that are made for these, they don't bring the turbo forward toward the radiator. They bring it forward to the firewall. Sorry, here, moving around too much. To the firewall, and I believe lower, and maybe closer to the block. So what that's going to do is create more problems, I think. So what he's going to do is he's going to make a piece that adapts onto the exhaust manifold, and it's going to bring it up a little bit and forward, and that's going to solve some issues where we're getting too tight up here against the firewall. But everything's going along really good. I'm really happy with it. There's been a lot of struggles, but yeah, that's what you're dealing with. On the P pump, I'll go a little bit over that with you on it. This pump was actually from another application, so the mounting areas on the pump, they weren't set up for the Dodge. I'm going to say the mounting points for the Dodge linkage weren't set up right. So the bosses were there, but the holes were threaded for something bigger. So what I did, it was like 16 millimeter by 1.5, and the holes on these brackets are just the little holes. It's a pretty big hole. So what I did was I threaded a 16 millimeter bolt in and center holed it and drilled it for 3/8. So you can see there's 3/8 bolt there. There's one down there. I'm debating on whether I want to thread another hole over here, because there's not a threaded hole over here. There's a bossed area where there would be a threaded hole. But the bracket, this is the factory bracket from a Dodge. They're very, very expensive if any of you have tried to outsource one. I did find a guy that does make this piece of metal here. He makes this bracket to hold the actual factory cable here that the Dodge uses, and all the holes where they're supposed to be with this throttle arm and bushed to accept the spinning on this the shaft there. The shaft on this one is used, and you can see that it's a little worn. You can see that. I got a bushing kit coming to rebush that. So yeah, everything's working out really good. This cable here, we'll set it up for a cable pull on the clutch. This linkage system, you can buy that aftermarket from various companies, so that's not too spendy, but you can spend a lot of money on new parts for this. So I have rebuilt and used what I could find and save myself some money. Let's see what else. I can show you the inside of the cab where we've oh well, they've done a lot of work today. So this is the mount that they modified on the floor to bring up the clearance for the transmission. You can see how much we had to cut out there. I will say this transmission is pretty darn big, but it's turning out nice. Shifter's going to be right in the right place. Here's the starter here. I'll show you. It's a Power Master. I think this one's for 6.0 or 6.4 Ford. So it mounts right in that location on the bell housing and actually the adapter, and it uses I think it uses just a standard Dodge Cummins flywheel. The gears must be the same, the ring gear. So she's coming along good. It's exciting. So progress. All right, guys, have a good one.